Hey, welcome, Larulian here, and this is the start of my flagship Great Library of Mudora Zelda Theory channel. It comes from the collective efforts of several key members of my Discord server who, like me, can't get enough Zelda. Our channel is made by theorists for theorists. I'll post a link to the chat in the description box below. Whether you're a casual Zelda fan or a hardcore theorist, feel free to join up. First of all, let me start by saying that we'll be working to get content up to you once a week. This video is simply an announcement, and it won't have much of any theory content to speak of. It will, however, cover the role of the library, this channel, and the Discord, and what we hope to achieve. The Discord servers are growing, with many members holding very different, even unique, opinions on how the timeline of Hyrule comes together, and the video content we'll provide will be the best of our works, notated and illustrated for everyone to look over and discuss. For example, the two major schools of thought on the server, while not the only ones, are TCT theorists and HH theorists. TCT, or True Child Timeline theorists, believe that the information provided by the games themselves overrules the sequence of events given in the release of Hyrule Historia, and that the so-called DT, or Downfall Timeline games, actually exist at the end of the Child Link timeline, post Four Swords Adventures. Essentially, there is only a single split at Ocarina of Time, whereas the HH theorists take the Nintendo-endorsed compendium as a fact, and believe that there are truly three separate branches in the history of Hyrule, stemming from the final events of Ocarina of Time. One where Link succeeds in his fight against Ganon, another where he fails, and the last being the altered course, whereby being returned to his past changes history for the better. There are pros and cons to both sides, like any argument, and many great theories provided from either camp. We'll be covering these theories and more ASAP, so please click that subscribe button to stay up to date on the latest Zelda theories. Although many of you are probably aware, for those of you new to the Zelda franchise, we've chosen to name our channel after a memorable plot device in the classic title, The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. The Book of Mudora was a Bible, a large, green-covered book filled with writings which the player needed to proceed through the Desert Palace, as well as read the plaque present at the hidden pedestal of the Master Sword, deep in the Lost Woods. It worked by way of translating ancient Hylian ciphers. These writings were found in the library south of town. Since our goal is to provide facts and theories on all things Zelda, and collect that knowledge, we found it fitting to name ourselves after this useful, sensible item from the franchise's past. Let me level with you all. At the end of the day, whether you're hardcore or casual, there's something about these games that brings us all together. Figuring out how they all connect is just one of those ways. We try our best to foster a platform for differing opinions to be heard equally, and promote civil discussion of evidence. Things weren't always this good, as many older theorists may know all too well. Back in the mid-2000s, long before the release of Hyrule Historia, there were two very commanding schools of thought. If you were a Zelda theorist, you either fell into the linearist timeline group, where all of the games had a single continuity from end to end, or you were a splittist, who believed that the events of Ocarina of Time changed the fate of Hyrule, marking a separation between the adult and child Link timelines. In the end, Nintendo gave their 2 cents, ending the battle once and for all, that there were, in fact, 2 timelines, with the Wind Waker as a far-off sequel to Ocarina after adult Link's departure, and a history where young Link changed fate, warning the king of Ganondorf's treachery, and paving the road to the world we see in Twilight Princess. In the parting words of a now infamous Zelda theorist, LOZ historian, whatever happens, unite the best theorists at ZU, and don't split the party, or history of needless conquest will repeat in groundless progression. While the echoes of those timeline wars still filter on down through to this day, overall, the consensus of the community has shifted to accepting a split timeline. The new battle revolves around whether there are just 2 or 3 splits in the histories of Hyrule, but it needn't be as destructive as those wars once were. The community has grown, and with so many fresh eyes, an open mind, and a healthy dose of skepticism, we can work it all out together. Thanks for watching. We hope that you enjoy the next book here at the Library of Mudora.